So already we did the troubleshooting thing. So the next thing is we'll get into the interface configurations part. Mainly once you click on this FTD, now the next part is we need to go ahead and add the interfaces to the topology. So we'll be using this interfaces. So as you can see, this is my topology. And we'll be running some set of configurations. We'll be running the interfaces. So we click on edit. And once you click on this edit button, here you will find the interfaces option. The routing and the interfaces will do it from here. So as you can see, this is my interface. We'll start configuration of the interfaces where the G0x1 interface. We click on edit, select that interface and click on edit button. And here we can give some name, let's say the LAN interface. And we are saying it is enabled. And the mode, leave it to the default, and we can add the new security zone. If you have already created the zones, you will see the zones here on the FTD. Then we can just select the zone, or else we can create a new zone if you are creating a new zone. So I'm going to select this and then the IPv4 address. Once we give the general option, then the next part we can go to the IPv4 address and we can decide the IP address, whatever we decided, just give the IP address and then click OK. Now, likewise, the same thing, we have to do it for other interfaces as well. Let's say the internet interface, and make sure that it is enabled. And the description, we just make it as the same. The mode, leave it to the default. And the zone, we can create a new zone if you want. Like, let's say I want to create a new zone. We can always select the new zone here, where the new zone is like internet 1, let's say. At the time of creating the policies, we'll be using these zones here. That's how we create the zone. Now, similar way, you have to create the other zones. Already I have the zones created here. I'm not going to create again. And the IP address, as per the outside interface, we simply give the IP and click OK. And you can see here the same way. We go to the third interface, which is connecting to my DMZ. This is going to be my DMZ3 interface, and it is enabled. The same thing. The zone is going to be my DMZ3. This is something, and the next thing will go and give the IP address 10.0.30.10/24. This is going to be the IP address, and then click OK. And likewise, we do the same thing here. We go and give the IP. Let's say this is my DMZ4 interface, and make sure that the status is enabled. And then the security zone, I'm going to select the DMZ4 zone, and then once you're done with this, the next step, we need to go and give the IP address 10.0.40.10 with a /24 IP. The management interface already configured. We don't do it from here. So once we do this, this is what we have to do, and make sure that you click on Save button. When you click on Save button, it is going to validate the configurations. And the next part is, once it validates, we need to simply click on Deploy to deploy the configurations. So there is on the top, once you save this, this will blur out, and we can click on Deploy and select the deploy option here. And it will take you to the deployment window where we have to select the device. So there is only one device as of now. We'll click on select the device and click on deploy. You can add any nodes like adding the interfaces, IP config, something as a nodes for this deployment, and click on deploy. Now this deployment process is going to take some time, and you can see the status as well, which is showing the progress. And you can also see the options here where it is starting the deployment process. And additionally, you can also see the status from here as well, where you can click on that window, which will show you the notifications as well as the deployment process. So it generally takes some time, I think maybe due to the virtual performance of the devices. It will take around, I don't know, normally the last time it was taking around 5 to 7 minutes. So we'll just wait for this deployment to happen. And meantime, we also confirm the IPs on the router side. Meantime, what we'll do is we'll go back to the routers and verify the initial configurations if it is already there. If I come back to my router, this is my router. So the router side will be, I think yesterday we did those configurations already. As you can see, the IPs are already configured on the router 1, as well as I'll confirm. Means once the deployment is done, I should expect the reply from my FTD. So the FTD, which is G0/1 interface, where we have enabled 192.168.1.10, I should expect the reply from there. Likewise, the same thing from the router 2 as well. We can just go ahead and say show IP interface brief on the router side. These things are already configured. Just I'm trying to confirm if the configurations are correct. So if I say show IP interface brief on the router 3 side as well as on the router 4, just quickly confirm the IPs are there. Yeah, IPs are already configured and saved. There's no routing. So we are still waiting for the deployment part to just go ahead. Now, once the deployment is done, so as you can see, the status has been completed. So the deployment process has been successful. That's what we expect. Now, once we are done with this, the next part is we simply go to the router 1 and we can start getting into the verification part. So as you can see, as per my topology, we expect the router 1 to do the verification part, or you can just go to the FTD as well. We can do the verifications. So we can even go to the FTD part. Let me just quickly do the testing from the router side. The router side here, 20.2 is my own IP. So 100.0.20.10 is the IP address of the FTD. And likewise, we can go ahead and check on the router 3 side, which is 30.10. And likewise, we should be able to get into the router 4, where we can simply say 40.10, which is the IP address of the router 4 and the FTD part. Okay. But the same thing, we can go to the GUI, the graphical interface here. I'll go to the CLI of my FTD. We'll log in. The password is firepower@123. So we can go to the CLI if we have the access. So we can use the command like show interface IP brief, where we can also verify the IPs, and we can also test it from here, where I should be able to reach out to 1.1, as well as I should be able to reach out my router 2, which is 100.2, and I should be able to reach out my router 3, as well as I should be able to reach out the router 4 as well. So at one point, you just wanted to do all the verification from a single place. You can directly do it on the FTD just to confirm the connectivity is proper. So what we have seen here is the configuration part. So as you can see, the interfaces has been configured, and we can go and verify from the devices and the device management option. And from the device management option, what we can do is we can just go to the FTD, whatever the option, we can click on edit button here, and you will be able to see the interfaces has been configured. Okay. Now, similar way, in the next section, when we move to the routing part, probably here itself, we can find the routing option where we'll start the routing part as well.